Welcome to the Climate Changes podcast. This is going to be the debut episode. Basically, I'll run over this really quickly. Any law that happens after the fact, I will do a review of it with certain members of the SMP. Today with me, we have VJY. How are you doing?
Yellow.
Happy
How you doing?
days. Yeah, doing alright. And we have AluneLive. Or is he really? How are you doing,
Maybe.
mate?
I am cool. I'm
Hashtag
great.
Alune dead? Question mark.
Alune dead?
Yeah,
Alune's what?
possibly. Who knows?
Fair enough. Right. We'll just get right into it really. The weekend's pretty much gone by. Sunday now, we just finished every law event that we've got for the weekend. Would anyone like to talk about what happened? Who wants to outline it, or should I do it?
Do you want me to give a quick outline?
Go on. I'll let you do it.
Okay. Well, I guess yeah. So we're to start. I guess from the beginning. That's a good place to start in any story. So, yeah. So on Saturday there we had a little. We had the official opening of Craiova. Hope I didn't butcher that, but the new city has been officially opened and named, even though there's been building and stuff happening here for ages. During that event, Bum was looking for Cog's stash of fireworks in the old city, and came across people's votes, and found Alune's vote, and found out that Alune didn't vote for Sane, but rather Cogpog, which caused Bum to go up on stage in a rage frenzy and kill a loon.
Canonically. Ooh.
Canonically. So this is kind of it's showing off kind of to the server what happens with canon deaths. It's the first time that it's happened. Writing the script was really good. Was good fun. We were kind of planning it for about a week beforehand. Do you want me to explain Sunday as well, or do you want to just go into this part first?
Well, you know what? Yeah, we'll start with Saturday. That was probably like my favorite moment on the SMP so far. Not just because I was able to canonically claim Alune's life, which did make me feel really big man. Me, big man, really muscly.
Big man Zach, yeah.
Yeah, really fucking muscly. Oiled up and everything. No, but yeah, no, I think I really enjoyed it. Apart from like the timing, that was I was so panicked.
I could
So
tell.
yeah,
I
so
didn't get to say my speech.
I
was
know,
looking there and
I
I had
know.
some stuff planned, and I was getting in the mood to, go into a proper speech.
Sorry, cut to the clip. Cut to the clip. Cut
What
to the
of
clip.
it?
I have nothing planned, so I'm going to just speak my mind. Cut to that clip, please.
Right, so before I was rudely interrupted, I just want to say that I have not written a speech. Now, that leaves me with the great art of improvising. So I'm going to be just speaking my mind, I guess, to all of you here today.
Thank Christ we couldn't speak. Thank Christ we didn't let him speak his mind.
No, I was gonna speak some good words to the people.
Good
They
one.
they would have clapped. They would have cheered after I said what I said.
Oh well, I'm glad I had the role of stopping any of that good stuff from happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Zach, the stopper of lore.
the bane of all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So I ran up on stage, stuck a sword in Alune. Well, not once or twice, 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah, you finally died. Fucking
Yeah, it took you a while.
shut
Jesus.
up. That's what I was nervous about. In my head, I had this plan where like I was gonna ask Alune to like jump up, like get his hunger down, and then jump off of something so I could just kill him in one hit. But I just never really. I was gonna say I never said anything about it, so it was awkward for about a second on stage because I had to kill him in 3 hits.
I've got to say, like, even though like I knew everything was happening from the audience, it was still really cool. Because obviously, we'd been writing that all week. We'd been preparing that all week, and we kind of knew that was happening. Even I'd say since last Saturday, like the Saturday beforehand, and oh, just it was really cool seeing that speech finally come out, and like I know that we'd written it beforehand, but it was just really cool.
Yeah.
And you delivered, the final line, which I know that I posted on the SMP Twitter. Link in bio, check that out. I
Get
know
as
that
much
I
as we
said on
can.
the Twitter. I know I said on the Twitter itself the what's the quote here? The big line before killing him with just the who do you think you are to believe in trust? Because trust is fatal. Just loved it.
Yeah, I practiced that for about 10 minutes, and like I spent like a minute between each turn just trying to change fucking words, and then I'd say it again, and then Roy would go no no no, this one, this, not this word, this word. But no, it was worth it in the end. It was a
Yeah.
really good product, like just minus the timing. But no, yeah, that was
And
really
then
good.
I did also have the cue to say get off the stage
Yeah,
to Alune. I don't know if Alune knew that was the cue.
no, he didn't.
But
What?
We had a queue for me to
I
charge
had the
this. Yeah,
cue to say boo, get off the stage to you.
which
Um,
which let me
so
just remind everyone, he spelt wrong. Get off the
yeah, I
Stahi.
was about to say, yeah. I spelt get off the stage wrong. I spelt stage
Yeah.
wrong. I said Stahi.
Yeah, I was meant to be like, by
Uh
the time you put that in the chat, I was meant to be like running up to the stage, but I hadn't even reached like the nether portal for the actual for the city yet. So he
I
says
think the
this, and
timing wasn't that bad, to be fair.
I don't
Yeah,
think it was that bad. I think it was like 3-4 seconds off, maybe.
Yeah, I think Alune was just standing there
Yeah.
for maybe a second longer than you thought you were gonna be.
Yeah, we were split seconds away from Alune's incredible improv speech. A realistic part of me really just wanted to stay and see what Alune could get away with before it was awkward, and then kind of rush the stage. But like that would have completely like ruined everyone's VOD.
How dare
Yeah, it
you?
would have been hilarious.
Every time I'm AFK, you just move me to another voice chat. I would
Oh,
never.
hello.
We're
B.
we were recording for the
Read the name of the voice chat, B.
Oh.
B, now this isn't your
Well, good
episode.
night.
What are you doing?
Sorry.
Bless
I'm
him,
gonna
man.
go now. That
You're
was
alright,
honestly
man.
embarrassing for me to say.
We're including this.
Yeah, don't you worry. This is all gonna, mate. The only cut I'm gonna do is the first like 5 seconds.
and when I said to put in the clip as well, like you gotta put in those clips.
Yeah, I know. Don't you worry. Just add in more editing for me to do.
Yeah, no problem.
Like when we started this, I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna. All I'm gonna do is it's just gonna be like an overlay and then like a couple of images of what happened from everyone's POV. But no, now I've got to add clips. I'll probably have to like put them all in full and subtitle them, and then probably animate them for It's ridiculous. I'm being asked too much, guys. The Climate SMP's working me too hard.
Speaking of working too hard, Alune, I feel like that's a great segue onto what's happening right now with you. You are taking a little bit of a sabbatical, I believe.
I
Not gonna be
am.
active on the server for a couple of days.
Yeah, I'm taking the this death as an opportunity for me to go away and take some time off from the server and all this streaming business.
To
Because
live.
yeah, it can be quite tiring, I guess, trying to act energetic all the time on stream
Yeah.
and whatnot. And I guess I'm naturally not an energetic person.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like,
Never seen
oh.
AluneLive not energetic.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's
Seen
like, oh.
Alune, I've seen Alune dead not energetic, but hey.
Yeah, you were like, fuck it. You're like, oh, get in. No stream, and I get a kickback. And like 10-20 minutes ago, I send you a message going, "Oh, I'm recording. Do you want to do it?" You thought you escaped
thought you got
content
away.
creation.
You thought you got away.
But no, the
You
SMP's
could
gonna
never get
milk you
away.
for everything you got, Alune. You gotta earn your sabbatical.
You can hear how sad he is.
Oh.
It's beautiful.
Nevertheless, though, I think you've earned your break. Like after you know
Yeah.
what was it that happened
After
before you went on
today's
stage as
events.
well? Today's events, but before that, what happened before you got on stage, Alune? With was it Dormians?
Oh yeah, I drug overdosed.
Wait, so you
not-
died twice?
I died twice, which was not meant to happen on the same day, yeah. So basically what happened was I went to Dormeans to get therapy for my stream. And so he prescribed me drugs. And as you do, we role-played taking drugs, you know, in the therapy office.
Yeah, roleplay.
Yeah, roleplay. So I kind of got energetic on purpose. I went round hitting people and whatnot. And Cog wasn't actually on his thing. I don't know what he was doing. I think he was sorting out his stream or something. So when he came on, he just swung at me and he killed me, which wasn't cool. It wasn't cool, man. And I know he's muted in cool now, actually. So
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, that's what I
yeah.
told you.
It's-
May I add to that?
Go for it.
They might as well know because the event's already happened. But when he died, he's meant to like respawn in the respawn chamber, like the place where
Oh yeah.
he
Yeah.
has that weird stuff happen to him.
Yeah, we'll
And-
explain that in a second.
Because because he was punching me and I could hear him hitting me, and I just tapped out and just saw someone in front of me, so I swiped my sword and I killed him, and he respawned at that place that he was meant to respawn after the event, which kind of complicated it in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a great segue over to today's events. Both of us having 20-minute streams talking, just I think complete RP until maybe the end of my stream where I went into a Discord with my friends forgetting I was streaming, which was great, you know. But yeah, sorry. So today's events. Does anybody want to say them or should I?
Mate, well, I don't know what else I'm gonna say. All I got was Alune inbox, Alune brainwashed, Alune go to church. I unnecessarily chased him out of church until he told me not to, and then I had to convince 3 people to stop chasing this guy who's meant to be dead and go back to the church.
Yeah, so well, I'll give a bit of context on like the church and stuff.
Yes.
Just for good knowledge. At this stage, it's known that at this stage, it's known that when losing a canon life, that you get amnesia to a degree. So as you guys might have seen on the stream today, if you have watched it, there was kind of a repeating killing of Alune to create certain memories in a way that we thought was satisfactory, you know. So there was a brainwashing that definitely happened today in the what we called the sacred location in the book, I believe, and repeated falling of a repeated like falling and dying happened for this. It was all planned out and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's some pretty cool lore that's actually getting brought in, and it's nice
Yeah.
to see some of them kind of main lore. It's not quite main lore, but it's nice to see even hints at the main lore coming. Like there was 1 or 2 hints I think in what happened today at main lore. So I think that's really cool to see.
Yeah, it was really interesting. From my point of view, at least, I just saw AluneLive died, AluneLive died, AluneLive died, and it was so difficult to stay in character when I'm like, this text chat's coming up on the left, and everyone's going, "Oh, well, Alune keeps dying. I wonder how that's gonna happen." So I have a recording of me. Yeah, I have a recording of me like being in character, trying to ignore this text chat of AluneLive fell into the void, fell out of the world, and everyone's going, oh fuck, he keeps dying, I wonder what's going on. So I don't think that recording's probably gonna ever see the light of day, because it's just absolute shit. From Alune's stream as well, link in description. There's
the sadness in having to link Alune's stream in the description.
There's a clip that I'll probably get it to show you, but every time, well, not every time, the majority of the time VJ said something to Alune, he'd slowly turn around, and on the opposite side of him, on the opposite end of this chamber, is a button balls naked cognitory just gormlessly staring him in the face. And I love the lore, but that I couldn't stop laughing. It was the least serious thing I've seen in my entire life in a scene that's meant to be serious.
I will add this. I haven't said this yet, but I went down for dinner there, and while speaking to my parents, I said I put up a little sign on my door, and I said, "Do not disturb." You know, I'm trying to do something, and I wasn't bothered to tell them, you know, what it was or whatever. And you know, when I was leaving dinner, my mum was like, "So, you know, what was that sign all about? You know, what were you doing?" She asked, "Was I doing was I what was it, like excommunicating somebody or something like that? You know, was I like bringing somebody back from the dead, like, or was I like talking to a ghost or something like that?"
You had to
Which
just
I
say
just found
yes.
really funny. I was like, sure.
Yeah, we'll call it that, man.
Dude,
Yeah.
your mom is cool. My mom would just have said, "Danny, were you masturbating?"
On another topic, yeah, we'll talk about that on this recording, I guess.
Nevertheless, button balls naked cog. Wait, Cog, why were you button balls naked? Was it just because you didn't want to wear your armor for the
like,
stream?
Yeah,
I
we
wanted
all
to be
agreed that we
different,
weren't going to.
because everybody
Yeah.
always wears their armor, don't they? Like walking around.
Yeah, I
so
suppose.
it's better not to wear it.
Yeah, you look like, honestly, it was you just didn't say a word. You look like an absolute brain. You're like Lenny from
from Of Mice and
yeah,
Men.
of Mice and
Yeah,
Men. This
yeah.
big blumbering idiot who just stands and doesn't really say much, but when he does speak, it's stupid. Not that you said anything, so you've avoided the you've avoided the stupid part. That's what I'm trying to say. But you were just this ominous presence that everyone laughed at, despite it trying to be this ominous presence.
Should get a picture of my skin's face on the screen.
Yeah.
You can get up some of the fan art even. They're actually really cool. I do want to say this in the podcast. I just want to say a thank you for all of the fan art and everything that has been coming through. You know, people have talked to us about like even animating stuff, and it's just insane to think about that. So just a thank you. And I know when Sane got his picture done of one of the, or when he got like fan art about one of the screenshots that went into chat yesterday, he texted me and he was just he didn't know what to do with himself. So you know,
Fair enough.
just a big thank you.
Yeah, no one's made Taxman fan art yet though. Like, I'm not bitter about it, but I am.
I'm not bitter about it, but why not?
Yeah, I'm not bitter about it, but like there should have been some like but by now. So if someone can like work on that, please. Nah, if someone actually has it, if someone has,
please make his face like a bum though, like make it a butt.
Don't. If some no, like by the time this will probably go up like tomorrow. We're recording on Sunday. I think I already mentioned. If this goes up like tomorrow and someone's made fan out of me before this day, I'm gonna look like such a knob. Like someone's made fan out of me and I'm not even like I've not even seen it.
That's fair enough.
But if God forbid someone had the displeasure of having to make fan out of me and I haven't seen it to this point, which I mean probably isn't the case, but nevertheless, a big thank you from me and obviously a big thank you from the rest of the server, as VJ said.
I'd also like to just add one thing on that. For whatever reason, if you're seeing this video and you're not already in the Discord server, that will be the top link in the description below because
After
that
my
is
Twitter.
the biggest thing. After my Twitter.
Just flip a coin.
No, fuck it. We'll reach a happy medium. Alune, do you want your Twitch as the top link?
I think you're forgetting who the owner is here. My Twitch will be the
Yeah.
top linked.
Right.
Why did you just put it all in the same line? Just very compressed.
All in the same line. No, look, if we put enough of them in, and one of them's gonna end up underneath each other.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
true.
But nevertheless, Alune, how did
Bum
you
likes
manage
to be underneath.
Yeah, you know it, babes. Alune, how did you manage to keep a straight face, turning around and staring Hog's gormless character dead in the eyes before he, dropped you off?
I didn't. Like, I think the beauty of not having a face cam is the fact that you can do anything behind the camera, you know? You control the stream with your voice and the way you say things, so you could react however you want to the situation going on. I'm always in situations where I'm just laughing at stupid things going on the server, in situations which I have to be serious, and just tends to happen a lot.
There's so many times where something's meant to be serious, but someone does something and it goes completely wrong. Cog, you can't be clearing your throat. You try to right. So this actually wasn't even a part of the script, but it was one of the like defining moments of defining moments of like Saturday after I'd assassinated Alune. So I assassinate Alune. And there's a bit of confusion. The president canonically doesn't know why I've just killed the VP. So I'm like, oh, he has the vote. He has Alune's vote, that VJ mentioned. And obviously it says Alune voted for Cog. So Mr. President, Sane takes the stand. Very very little known to us. We had no idea what he was gonna say or what his plan was. And within the next minute, he had went off script and exiled Cog from Romania too. That was none of us knew that was gonna happen. We didn't plan for it to happen.
The thing is, we're gonna use that for some future plot somehow. So even though it was kind of improvised, we're gonna make it something.
Oh yeah, we'll absolutely twist it around and make a story out of it. But Cog did before he got swarmed, Cog did attempt to make a miraculous escape. And you may notice that I said attempted because he tried to trident from a little pool on the path up to Doofenshmirtz and absolutely twatted his head off the lip of Doofenshmirtz and fell straight to the ground.
Get out of my city.
And this was a moment that everybody broke character. We asked everybody mute themselves and everything in the call and everything, and I did this as well. And just more. I think there was more laughter than there was sadness when Alune died.
Yeah,
because everybody was trying to take the event really seriously.
Yeah,
but when this happened, just everybody unmuted and
unintentionally stole the show. But it was an incredible moment though.
There was some funny stuff afterwards as well. And I haven't heard Alune's point of view on it, so Alune's comment on it afterwards. But when Alune was dead after Saturday, we went to check out if he respawned in his bed, and after that, people decided that they would take what they wanted from his room. So his gaming PC had been stolen. But yeah. So what do you think, Alune?
I think that people are very mean to me. They stole my very expensive RTX gaming PC that took me a lot of work to get in the Minecraft server. I paid hard-earned money for that, but that just shows you, the people on the Climate SMP are savages. They're ruthless indeed.
To be fair,
sure
you do kind of deserve it. You are a furry.
I'm not a furry. I'm not a fucking furry, okay, B? I'm not a furry.
I mean, I'm one too, but mine is more like an insecty. Ba-dum.
That's
I need
disgusting,
to
B.
stop. You guys are gonna kill me if I keep talking. I'm gonna go down to the comments of the video and just start saying that beam up guy is funny.
On your beam up account.
I'm gonna shut up now. You guys keep talking.
Well, basically, a religion was kind of also introduced today into lore. One called the what
English.
a religion was introduced today, and I read the like sacred book of it, which is called the Sacred Texts of the Church of the Reborn. So the Church of the Reborn is a religion, which is kind of the same religion. If you guys have heard about Cogism, that came in before, but it differs slightly than the original idea for it. But so yeah, this kind of grew alongside with what we wanted to do with because we knew what we wanted to do with canon deaths. We knew we wanted this amnesia thing, and we knew that we wanted to kind of brainwash Alune afterwards. But you know, we kind of decided that this was the best way to, you know, mix them all together. So you know, it became what it is, I guess. I don't know what else to say.
Fair enough. What something I don't actually know. When he got released from his little bear cage, sorry, he ended up in the church. What was the process between moving him from his cage to the church? Was it just to go to the church? Because then he just kind of stood there for a
So
bit.
I got teleported to
yeah,
the stage, actually.
what
The place that I
happened?
died.
Yeah, so what happened was eventually when Alune had kind of accepted the light, he was going to be teleported back to the stage, which is the place where he died. You know, kind of like
Yeah.
respawn where you left off type thing. You know, and the problem was, Dorm was supposed to be there, so Jack was streaming and he was supposed to be there, but he wasn't. And so what happened was Alune improvised. He improvised very well, to be fair to him, and went off to the church. I'll let Alune say what else he did, but
Yeah, I slowly made my way towards the church and thought this would link in well to all the religion sort of stuff. So yeah, I went up in F1 mode, had a look at the church, walked in slowly, and made my way towards the great cross at the end of the hall. And then this is kind of a funny thing, but because Jack was supposed to see me on stream as like this reborn character, um, he wasn't there though the first time, which made things difficult. I needed to somehow get him to the church now to see my character alive again. And so I noticed that he was in voice call with Drew, and Drew helped out a lot with this stream actually. I messaged him and I told him, bring Jack to the church as soon as possible, please, Drew. And I kind of feel bad for him, but he had to kind of like persuade Jack without any real reason to go to the church and actually come see me, I guess, on stream.
Yeah. It was weird because it was quite a long time from someone who didn't really know what was going on. I got like Jack came in and said like, cause obviously VJ used to told him he said that everyone used to go to the church, so he knew that everyone was meant to like, be at the church. Like it was like honestly it was about half an hour before the fact. So it was quite so to hear that's quite confusing, but nevertheless, I thought it was Skog's church at first because we were talking about it. We were talking about it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, no, it's." Skog's like, "Oh, what do you need the church for?" Because obviously Skog has a church on the server, and Jack just said, "Oh no, it's you know, we don't need it for it's for plot. You don't really need to know." And he's like, "Oh, that's fine." So I was like, "All right, so it's Skog's church." So I'm sat there for absolutely ages, waiting for something to happen. Was it 3:15, something like that. And then Jack messages me saying I'm streaming now, so I'm moving to a VC, and I'm like, sweet, fuck all has happened. No one's died. Nothing's blown up. I don't think I'm at the right church. So I rushed to the new city, and then Me, Drew, Skog, and Dormian's Jack. I think we all showed up around. Well, I think I showed up a bit late, and then, as far as I can tell, I'll put the. I think I was recording at the time. I'll see if there's a clip, and I'll put it in if there is. Me and Alune had a bit of a moment in the church where we just
Oh.
kind of stared at each other, like, yeah, exactly. I thought you were saying my name at first, VJ. I thought you were trying to get us to stop talking. No, yeah, I thought you were saying bum 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 don't. But anyways, yeah, me
No,
and Alune,
I'd be much ruder about that.
yeah, rude bastard. Nevertheless, it was. We had like a little bit of a moment at the church, didn't we, Alune?
We did. It was nice.
Yeah, it was.
nice to look into your eyes.
Yeah,
One last time, like that time you killed me on stage. It was good to look into the eyes of my murderer.
yeah. I looked into your eyes and saw you. The color was changed, and I was
All
like,
right,
oh,
yeah.
well, that's
a
not.
quick skin change last
Yeah,
minute beforehand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my character
Which was a
uh,
really nice, just to add as well,
Yeah.
just a really nice touch that was not planned, which is just really cool. You know, we were on about like half an hour beforehand, kind of going over what we're gonna do, just making sure everybody understood, and just fucking, he comes on and me and Cog are both like, new, new skin.
Oh yeah. So this was complete improv as well. Me just like so I don't know. I think what was did people start walking in behind me, Alune? Because I didn't notice at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the more you walked closer to me, the more people walked towards you. It was
Yeah.
kind of like a conga line. Behind you, walking towards me.
It's the
And
conga
then-
line of disbelief.
Yeah. So that's when I decided, okay, this might get out of hand if I get too close to,
Yeah.
the masses of people. So that's why I decided, okay, I'm gonna walk out the door. And then you all started following me,
Yeah.
which made things harder for me.
I had no idea because so basically, as soon as we would take turns edging closer to each other. So Alune was behind the altar, I'd go in through the door. He kind of came from the altar. Then we'd keep edging closer. Then Alune was in the middle, and I was fairly close to the middle. I thought, what's gonna happen? Are we just gonna move close enough until we smooch? Because I didn't know what was meant to happen, and no one else did. So I presume people thought like, oh, Bum's gonna do something. Not a fucking clue. Not an idea. I didn't know. So as soon as Alune leaves through the side door, I thought he was trying to like entice us to go somewhere. Like maybe not everyone, but entice at least me to go somewhere. Because he's moving, and then as soon as he moves a short distance, he turns around and looks at us. I thought he was making sure that I was there, but no, he was making sure that I wasn't there, which I just kept, and I just kept going. I was like, where the fuck's he going? What's going on? So I keep going, and then I get a message saying, you can leave now, Lamau. And I was like, oh, now I've got to, as I mentioned before, drag 4 people back to the church and like give some sort of weird reason as to why we're not following this man who's meant to be dead. So I'm like, search the church, search the fucking church, and yeah, people were like, oh, what if it is Alune? And then I just kind of just denied it. My character's just in complete denial at the moment.
Yeah, that you have Jack and people another hour afterwards at least staying, or people even in calls, no streams or anything going on, and people just doing character development, which is really nice to see, you know, staying in character, and just, you know, even although it's off screen, there was some character development and just people talking about how, you know, they don't believe it to be true or something like that, you know.
Yeah, it's separated. I think it's created a little bit of like a, not arc per se, but it's created a form of a separation between the community where like people think it's Alune and people don't think it's Alune, because I've kind of, in my character's denial, I've kind of implanted this thing where I know Alune is dead, it's not him. This is all a hoax, it's all a lie, you know. But then there's that air of mystery. Because the podcast and another event has been very poorly timed, we're gonna have to say goodbye for now. But before we do go, I've created a shitty little gimmick called the Free 3. Now, what that'll be, it'll be at the end of every episode. I want the guests, in this case, VJ and Alune, to give me 3 free words to try and vaguely describe what might happen next in the plot, or what their idea is. So we'll start with Alune, if you may. 3 free words.
3 words.
Yeah.
Spooky, scary.
Skeletons.
Bear. Spooky, scary bear.
All right, that'll do.
That's interesting.
And you, VJ?
Yeah, for the next event anyway, what I'd say is church, cult, and yeah,
That's the third word.
Nice.
brainwash. I
Right.
guess they're my words.
Note that down, everyone, and see what happens. My 3 words. No fucking idea. There we go. Perfect note to end the podcast on. Right. Nevertheless, we have to get going. I hope you enjoyed the debut episode of Climate Changes, and I look forward to speaking to everyone, as well as the audience again soon. See you later. Ta-ra.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye.